In this video, we're going to set up some general defaults for Visual Paradigm. And finally, we will create our first project. After opening Visual Paradigm, the first thing you want to do is click on Window. Here, select Application Options. This will bring up a series of defaults that we can alter. We're certainly not going to be altering all of these. To begin with, under General and the Project tab, you'll see that the default author will be filled in, likely with your username for your computer. Here, you want to replace whatever name appears with your actual name. Under Autosave, we have a setting currently of 10 minutes. If your system has stability problems, you may want to decrease that so that you don't lose key information. The next section, which says Delete Model Element when deleting its view, we want to select Delete Without Asking. This means that when we delete an object, it will automatically delete all of the connections to that object. This will avoid us having loose connections that we have to go and clean up afterward. However, by making this selection, we will still be prompted when we wish to delete an object and be asked whether we actually want to delete that object. So we have a fail-safe. In the next section, under Backup Level, select 3. You can select whatever number you want here, but this essentially is a way for us to kind of undo things that we've done in case we end up going down a wrong road. And finally, on this tab, under Open Last Project on Startup, make sure that is ticked. By default, it should be ticked, and you want to make sure that it stays that way. This way, whenever you open Visual Paradigm, it will open up the last project that you were working on. And since we're going to be working with the same project for some time now, this is a very good idea. Next, we want to select Edition. And under Edition, you'll see that Enable Non-Supported Features is checked. This is the Community Edition that we're working with. And the Community Edition does not have all features that the full version of Visual Paradigm does. Therefore, we will uncheck this box because we don't really want any of those features to show that we can't use them. It just clutters our space for the time being. Next, on the left-hand side, we will select User Path. Now, we want to add a path as a default for where our projects will be stored. In the course material, you were asked to prepare this location in advance. So we will click Add, and we will add a project files path. It defaults to the current path that Visual Paradigm has set up for this, but we want to have more control for where our project files are than simply accepting Visual Paradigm's default. Therefore, click on the path and select Edit. You'll see the ellipse button right next to the path. By clicking this, it'll open up the browser, and you can go directly to where your computer has been set up for your project files. So you'll have to go through and locate that path, select it, and click OK. Then click OK again, And we now have set our path to where we want our visual paradigm files to be saved. Finally, under spell checking, you can see that by default, everything is ticked off, which is good. For the dictionary, you can choose any dictionary that makes sense for you. I'm going to choose Canadian. And then, since I'm finished with all of my defaults, I will click OK. You'll see that it says we have to restart the application. And we will do that before starting our actual project.